Welcome to the Wisdom to Wealth podcast. This is the podcast where we interview the wealthiest entrepreneurs and business owners in the world. we share their journey from zero to wealth. I'm your host, Shamar Star Cox, TV producer and marketing coach. My goal is to help 6 and 7 figure business owners create binge-worthy content that attracts and converts their followers into customers. I am also the founder of the Convert Content to Cash Challenge. So if you are a coach or a business owner, you seem to be stuck between the 8 to 10K months, not sure how you can scale to 30K months and beyond, feel free to DM the word challenge accepted on Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok, and I will send you a personal invite. Today, we have the lovely Lashana West with us. She specializes in serving dynamic entrepreneurs, CEOs, and industry leaders, and has a profound understanding of both personal growth and business strategy, making her an invaluable asset to high achieving professionals. Lashana's dual expertise in mental health and business acumen allows her to offer a holistic approach to leadership and business challenges, addressing both the mindset and strategic needs of her clients. Lashana, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just jump right into your story. Take us on your journey from zero to wealth. Take us on your journey. Actually, you used to be a therapist. So I want to hear, how did you make that jump from therapist to CEO?
Yeah, so my background is mental health. I am a therapist formally by trade, and now I elevate in life and business as a business therapist and mindset coach. And it's really interesting because I'm using my transferable skills that I already had, but I shifted my mindset to know that there was more impact, more income, and ultimately more freedom. And I think a lot of times we are traditionally condition of go to school, get a good job, get a pension or 401k, and retire. And not saying that that is not doable, it's great. But when you are exposed to more, which Shamar, I'm sure you know, there's no way that you can just do the comfort. And I always say that the comfort zone is a danger zone because when you're not stretching, when you're not growing, then you can come complacent. So I say I'm 4 years clean from corporate. Traditionally, I still, work with corporate in other capacities as a contractor, depending on what the opportunity is. But I literally get to just fly in my superpower on my own terms.
I absolutely love that. I'm 5 years clean from corporate. Look at us doing our
Woo!
thing, right? I really love that you touched on that because I was the same way. I grew up in the society. I think a lot of us grow up like this, where they're just
Yeah.
like, go to school, get good grades so you can get into college, go to college, get good grades so that you can get a great job that just pays you for the rest of your life and you're secure.
Mhm.
And we're able to save to wealth that way, right? But that's not the truth. There are so many people like me who have gone to college, have gone and got higher education. So I didn't just go to college, I got my master's degree, right? I know for you being a therapist, you had to get your master's degree as well,
Mhm.
right? And it's just like when you are exposed to a new world or another way of doing it, for
Right.
me, I felt like the world lied to me. When I got exposed to the world of entrepreneurship, I was very angry because I was like, well, yo, y'all lied to me because the majority of y'all was saying this is the only way. And
Right.
it's not the only way. So here you are, you carved out a new path for you. Was there any fear or any hesitation or limiting belief that was hindering you to start the business and then build it to where you have built it now?
Yeah, so I think the fear or limited thinking came in after I started it, investing in myself at a higher level. Money mindset blocks came in. Like, do I really need to pay them that much? Will I get the result that they're promising me once I pay them XYZ amount of money? And what I realized is that you are not investing in the coach program or community, you're investing in yourself through them. And if you think about it, you can Google your life away, YouTube University it up, or even just chat GPT all day. But why not get a roadmap to fast track your success and all of the learning opportunities and community and connections as well? And once I shifted my mindset and I learned that I literally was in my own way, the same thing that I teach my clients about how to alleviate, the floodgates of success, of abundance, and ultimately of financial freedom opened up for me. And so we are not exempt, regardless of what we specialize in, whether you specialize in marketing or you specialize in mindset or fitness. That doesn't mean that the quote unquote expert doesn't struggle with the same thing. That's what makes us so magical, because we've already walked in those steps and we literally can see the function of your behavior. And I always say that most times we are our own target market, our own avatar, our own dream client. And I think that's what makes us the best to serve that audience.
Oh, I just love that. I mean, it's just so powerful. I like that you said that, it's not that we don't go through our own limiting beliefs or have negative self talk or have
Mhm.
mindset that can hinder us, right? Like we have it, but we also have tools to help us to navigate or overcome it. So,
Yeah.
what are some tools that you share with your clients that they can use to overcome the negative self talk? That one seems to be pretty popular, or even being able to identify a limiting belief. Because the thing is, some people don't even know what limiting beliefs are. And then
Right.
they don't know how to identify it in their life. They just know I'm not getting this result that I want. So, how do you help your clients?
Yeah. So the number one tool or concept is self awareness. I'm also a certified DISC assessor. And what that is, if you're not familiar with the DISC assessment, DISC, it is an evidence based tool that helps you to see how authentic you are and how self aware you are of what's going on in life and business. And once you are self aware, then you can address and activate a plan to combat the issue, because you can't address what you're not aware of. And so I'm really big on perception. Perception is reality. So if I perceive that I'm not good enough, that I don't belong at the table, guess what? I'm going to walk in that scarcity. But if I perceive that I am the best at what I do, that the world is waiting on me to show up, and every door that I walk in literally welcomes me to the table, my energy is different. So being self aware is key. And then assessing feelings versus facts. Feelings matter. If I feel like I'm not prepared, or if I feel like no one's going to buy my stuff, okay, that matters. But let's look at the data. How can we know if we haven't done anything? How do we know if we haven't launched yet? If we haven't turned on that camera, because I know you specialize in helping people become more confident on camera and marketing themselves. But if I don't put myself out there and see what the traction is or what the response is, then how can I say that people won't buy or people don't want what I have? And a lot of times we create clouds of dust. So looking at supporting that in evidence lets us to really see the true output of what we're searching for versus us creating a false narrative.
I love that. Those two tips right there are just so powerful. One thing that really shifted my life was when I became self aware, right? There are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people who are walking around and they just are not self aware. They don't know why they feel the way they feel, they don't know what certain emotions feel like. They
Yep.
just know that whatever they're doing is not working. But that self awareness piece allows you to know, okay, what is it that I'm feeling? I can actually identify this emotion, or I can identify what I'm going through, right? Some people can't tell the difference between anxiety and depression. They just think it's
Mm-hmm.
all the same thing because their emotions are jumbled up. But then I really love that you said assess feelings versus facts. And sometimes we take our feelings and we make that fact. And
Correct.
that's where our limiting belief comes in, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel uncomfortable. So this must be something that is a fact. But the reality is, like, no, it's not, right? This is just something that you think in your mind, but it may not even be true. You won't even know until you test it. You won't even know until you step outside of this. And for me, one thing that really helps is talking to other people. I
Yeah.
have a mother where each time she comes to me, she'll share something with me. And the way that she shares it, there's so much heaviness in her voice. And
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like she's the only one going through it. No one else ever goes through this, just her. And I said to her, do you know that all of us go through that? We
Right.
all experience that. But if you have more conversations, then you will know I'm not abnormal. Because what happens sometimes with the limiting beliefs, what happens sometimes with the negative self talk is that it's trying to convince us that we're not normal. But
Correct.
you are. We have normal thoughts. These are normal things that happen. But how do you navigate it so it doesn't hinder you? Did you want to add to that?
No, I'm just in agreement. And it's interesting because people don't know until they're exposed to more. And if I'm isolating or I'm always by myself, then of course you're going to amplify your feelings and amplify what's going on. And that's why environment and uh, positive communities are so important, because you see other people who are launching, you see other people who are need clarity in their thoughts, and you're like, oh wow, I'm not alone. She's been in business for 10 years and she's still struggling with mindset. Yeah, because I always say new levels, new devils. So even when you reach that first milestone, whether it's your first sale, your first six-figure milestone, there's going to be some stinking thinking that comes. Can I do it again? Was this a fluke? Will this be sustainable? And the answer is yes. You just have to do the work and keep applying pressure. And you mentioned the word trying different things. I have something called the triple T, where you try, test, and tweak. You got to try it, okay? Test it out to see how it's going. Are they resonating? Is my story landing? Or do I need to switch some things up so I can really attract and repel the ones who are not in alignment? It's all tinkering. And if you don't feel worthy enough and confident enough to tinker, then that's a bigger question to say, why don't I feel worthy enough? And that's what I do as a business therapist and mindset coach, is helping you get to the root cause of the dysfunctional thinking.
I just love that. Try, test, and tweak. I had a whole song in my head. Try, test, and
Tweak.
try, test, and tweak. That is so good and so powerful. There was something you said I wanted to touch on. It just left me, but
Okay.
I'll end up bringing it back. It'll come back to me like, oh, that's it right there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, right? Let's shift to skill sets. So as you were building your business, right, there are certain skill sets that you actually needed to learn. So what are like the two biggest skills that you learned in order for you to acquire the wealth in your business?
Yeah. So the biggest one, number one, is emotional intelligence, which I have always been working on my entire life. And I realize in entrepreneurship, it is super, super, super key. And that's number one, being self aware of nonverbals, being conscientious of communication and power dynamics, and alleviating personalizing things, but looking at perception, right? So the soft skills, the things that people don't see, but it's inside of here. And that has afforded me of just being assertive in my communication and asking for what I want, and realizing that no means next opportunity. And it does not mean that I'm not enough. The other skill would be the art of launching. That can be a whole nother podcast session, because most people think that launching is getting in Canva, getting a cute flyer and saying, hey, buy my stuff. No, baby. Launching is an art. It is a relationship, and it is a process. Launching could be anywhere from 3 months, 6 months, to even a year. And instead of looking at it as a mundane or draining thing, we have to get back to making launching and invigorating and making launching fun. So those are the two top things that I would say was some skill sets that I had to really fine tune.
I love it because you didn't mention anything about I had to learn how to build funnels. I had to learn how to create content. Right? Like every business owner, our journey is going to be different. But the
Yeah.
number one thing that really helped you was the emotional intelligence piece. And I
Mm-hmm.
like that because emotional intelligence has really blown up in the last couple of years. It's a
Yes.
buzzword. Like everybody wants to be able to know it. Everybody wants to be able to do it. So I love that you talked about that. And then the skill of launching. I
Yeah.
think you are the first person, and we are like, this is probably episode 40 something of the podcast. You're the first person to talk about this important skill of being able to launch. And there are a lot of people, including myself. I launched a couple of things, but I prefer to just continuation marketing, right? But
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who don't really understand how to launch their offer, especially when they're entering the market for the first time. So what is one thing when you were launching that it clicked for you? Like, what is the thing that helped it clicked for you to go, oh, this is what it is, and this is what I need to do each time?
Yeah, it's so funny. I'm actually just started a series called Launching with Lashana, and I did my first reel today, and I'm just going to make it continue. And the biggest thing with launching, it does include marketing. It includes creating content, but it is an overall journey and cycle. It starts with storytelling. Like, people should remember you. What are three things that I know about Lashana? She was in corporate. I always use the thing, I'm 4 years clean, I'm 2 years clean. That is very rememberable, right? They also know that I worked in the mental health field. I was on call 24/7. I had to get up while having dinner with my daughter periodically. And it was just a lot. So when you're launching, who are you? And a lot of people don't want to reveal who they truly are. They think that business is over here and their personal life is over here. No, baby, they go together real bad. And when you understand that it's fluid, it's a lifestyle, and business is therapeutic and spiritual, you will understand that you don't have to sacrifice yourself for wealth. So, in short, I realized that it's an everyday thing. Creating content for me is not draining because everything I do is content, right? If I'm going to the grocery store, I'll tie it into self love and pouring into myself. And that's why I'm drinking my water every day and lighting my candles and eating healthy. How does that align with the work that I do? Well, business is mind, body, and spirit, right? So it's just being more intentional about what you're doing instead of checking it off like it is a task.
Oh, I love that. Really making it part of your lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, when you're starting a business, when you're launching a new offer, this is a relationship that you have, not just with what you created, right? You're birthing this thing,
Yeah.
right? And then you want the world to see it because you want to be able to bless others. So, really creating those connections and just having it in your mind, just how impactful this is going to be. Like, I think about when a woman is giving birth to a baby. At
Yeah.
no point is she going to be like, I don't want to take care of this thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, or I mean, some people may feel that way, right? Or I don't want to have no relationship with it.
Right.
You know, in order for you to build a relationship, you will tell the baby stories. You will have a connection, communications that's going to create connection. So I love that you talked about that when it comes to launching. And honestly, I think when it comes to starting a business, because some people have a fear of selling, they
Yeah.
think like, I'm not good enough. No one's going to buy from me. And they forget, let me just be a human being and connect. Let me
Yes.
just be a human being and share stories, because that's honestly how we build friendships, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
my friends know me because of the stories that I tell. If I never told them anything about me, we wouldn't be friends. And if they never told me anything about them, I just wouldn't want to be their friend, right?
Yeah.
So when we shifted from I'm just trying to sell to I want to serve, I want to build relationships, I want to create connections, then it helps us to really like stand out and to move forward. So I love that you were pulling that out.
Yeah.
So
And I'll just add, serving is selling. I can't help someone transform their life or get to the next level if I don't sell them my transformation, which would be my framework, my business, my services. So a lot of times people are scared to sell because they've never been in the position. They've always been told what to do, whether you're working in corporate or whatever, what have you. But what if you could be innovative and creative, create your own thing, create your own transformation so others can be served? And in order to do that, they have to pay you. So it's literally just breaking it down and understanding that you are worthy of wealth and you are worthy of success.
come on now. You are worthy of wealth and you are worthy of success. That is super important. And I love that you shared that, right? I always tell my clients the same thing, like serving is selling. The
Yeah,
reality is information is cheap, but transformation is going to cost.
let's
And
go.
okay, when we're showing up on social media, we're giving out a lot of information. But
Yes.
what's really going to help them to change their life or to be transformed is what's in your program, is the
Right.
service that you're providing. Like, I want to give an example of my hair because my hair look good, right? So I'm gonna just
It
call.
do look good,
Come
girl.
on, honey. Thank you. My When I first started my hair journey, I had a certain hairstylist. Her name is Brittany Christine. She specializes in natural hair. And I went to her. She did my hair. She she what did she straightened it? She washed it. All those things. This was 2018. Then she moved to North Carolina. And from then on, I did not have a hairstylist to take care of my hair. So I was doing it myself, but my hair was dry. The curls
Mm,
were too tight. My hair was really suffering. I would scratch my head and there would be dirt in my hair. And I'm like, what is this dirt?
yeah.
And I happened to post a video on TikTok, and she writes under my video. And then I respond back to her and I say, my hair misses your hands. And then,
Ooh,
okay, because that's the truth.
that's good.
Then she says to me, you know, I still come to New York at least once a month to do my clients' hairs in New York. I said, put me on the list. Right. And so this was November 2023 that
Yeah.
I said to her to do this. Right. And so now she's coming to New York. She's doing my hair. And I remember at that time, I started speaking an affirmation. And the
Mhm.
affirmation was, my hair is flowing and full. My hair is flowing and full. Do you know that in 3 months of working with her, my hair was flowing and full?
Cool.
I remember the exact video of me going live and I'm looking at my hair like, oh, but here's the reality. I wouldn't have been able to get that transformation had I
Yeah.
just been watching her videos online and going, that's amazing. Let me try this tip. Right. Because you talked
Right.
about YouTube earlier. And I think that was a tip I wanted to bring up. You talked about YouTube earlier. There's some people who are accustomed to, let me try to learn everything from YouTube. You're the only thing you're going to do is get a bunch of information.
That's
That
right.
transformation only comes when you invest because something happens when you sow your seed. When I
Mhm.
sowed my seed into her business, my hair got to reap it. I remember even probably like fall of last year, after doing everything she told me to do, I curled my hair. And when I took the curls out, I said, whoa, this is what a hair investment looks like. I
Woo.
got to experience that transformation. So I
Yeah.
love that you're talking about that. It really is a service, and we're doing a disservice to our people if we do not offer them what is next. Right? We have to
Amen.
give them the what is next. And so let me ask you, what is next? How can people work with you? I'm going to drop your links in the chat as you are sharing.
Sure. So I just want to add one thing. You said my hair misses your hands. We have to pay attention to what our customers, our dream clients, and the people who we want to work with pay attention to what they say, because that right there is a marketing, right? I don't know if I could ever come up with something so catchy, so on point, but when you hear the words out of someone's mouth who loves what you do, that is chef's kiss. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody that missed it. Okay. Now, what's next for me? So I am literally in pursuit of helping 100 people monetize their magic. What am I saying? I want to help you literally go from scarcity to success by shifting your mindset and realizing the brilliance and the magic that you have in you and launching your offer. And so below we have our Succeed Mindset course, and once you go through that, it's priming your mind for success. And we can talk more about literally working with me one-on-one. But the first step is experiencing the Succeed Mindset course, because I take you through everything from perception to reality, from feelings and facts. And you also get a complimentary disc assessment within the course. So you could get a report to see where you stand in regards to being decisive and how you interact with others, all the way to how cautious you are when it comes to making decisions. So super excited about that. And the biggest way to connect with me is at Lashana West on all things social.
Awesome. And so I dropped the link in the chat for any of you who want to access. If you are watching on YouTube or LinkedIn, you can get access to it. If you are on Instagram, you can also get access to the link. And for those of you who will join us on the replay, you can also get access to the link because it'll be in the description. And then, Lashana, did you want to talk about the checklist?
Sure, I have a millionaire mindset checklist. This is complimentary, no cost. All it's going to take is your desire and want to shift your mindset. And I know mindset sounds super, super cliche, but I'll be honest with you, mindset is mental health. Mindset is the way you perceive the world. It's how you take what has happened for you, not to you, in the past, and leverage it in your own success. And that takes self awareness. So you'll get the checklist. It also has a specific assessment within the checklist. And from there, we can jump on a complimentary clarity call.
I love it. And so that link is also listed here. It's also inside the chats for you all to get access to it. Again, that was a complimentary checklist. So if you want to get it, make sure that you grab it and then follow Lashana so that you can get more information on how to, if you're feeling like you're stuck in a certain area or you're not producing the results that you want, work
Mhm.
with Lashana because she'll show you how you can accomplish that by just identifying what is keeping you in the same position.
Yes.
So, Lashana, I want to ask you this question before we wrap up,
Sure.
which is what is the one thing that you implemented into your business, or the one decision that you made in your business that really took it to the next level?
Oh, such a good question. Honestly, realizing that rest is a requirement and it's not a reward. I'm not going to tell you how to make six figures. I'm not going to tell you how to crush your revenue goals. I'm going to tell you how to stop being a hamster going on and on and on and not breathing and not decompressing, and how to nurture your nervous system so you have capacity to do all of the other things. Because to be brutally honest with you, money is energy. You're going to meet that milestone. You're going to be able to connect with those people who you aspire to connect with. My question is, are you confident when you get the opportunity? Are you courageous to articulate how you feel and what you desire? And the only way that can be a yes is if you are taking care of self at a neutral time to alleviate being reactive versus proactive. Y'all see how I'm getting hyped now, right? Because this is what it's all about. This is how you stay in the game and be sustainable. The last thing I want to share is, when you go to these large conferences, whether it's Eric Thomas, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, Oprah Winfrey, Lisa Nichols, Lashana West, Shamar Star Cox, okay? Because we right there on the level. Most times they're not talking about building a funnel, building your email list, y'all. They're talking about the super M, which is mindset. That's what they're talking about. So you have to be able to have a bulletproof mindset that literally, no matter what is lifing in your life, you can address it, you can accept it, but you also can move on and continue to heal while you build. Shameless plug. My community is called Healing While Building, and that's literally what we live and breathe, because I truly believe that we're all healing while building.
First of all, I love that you said that, to heal while build, because it's true. I
Mhm.
get clients who have come through my academy and
Yeah.
have completely fallen off because life was lifing. I love that you talked about when you go to those conferences, it's about mindset, because it is true. Like, even when I'm teaching, when you join any of my programs, even if you join my live videos, it's about mindset. Why? Because mindset is 80% of you building a business, of you living a quality life, period.
Yeah.
And 20% is a skill set. Please, you can learn any skill. For me, I can learn any skill in 3 tries. That's it. And I mean it. The
Yeah.
first try is me learning it. The second time is me trying it. The third time, I'm a pro, right?
Mhm.
So, what would hinder me from actually using the skill set is my mindset, not believing that I'm worth what it is I'm trying to produce, not
Yes, sir.
believing that I can actually help and help people on a higher level, right? So, I love that you are helping people with their mindset, and you're letting them know, like, hey, the only reason you're going to get to where you want to get to is if you understand what's going on in here, so that you can start showing up right here. I have this demonstration that I used to do with my clients, which was like, everything that you want is
Yeah.
right here. And God says, reach out and touch it. And
Mhm.
all you have to do is this. But what you're doing is this. You're doing
Mm.
that. All you have to do is pick up your head, but you can't, because in your
Right.
mind you're stuck. So you're just doing this the whole time, and
Come
you don't
on
know.
now.
Okay, you don't know why you can't do this. And so that's what Lashana helps you to do. She helps you to stop doing this, so you can actually do this, because what you want is right in front of you.
Amen. Hey, we gotta put it. We gotta make up a dance for that. Or like, mm.
Yes, yes. We need a whole song to go with it. We're gonna have a whole dance move ready to go. Yeah, that part. I love it. Lashana, you are amazing. Thank you so much for all that you were sharing today. Thank you for being a blessing. Thank you for the complimentary gift, as well as how people can access the Succeed Mindset course. Thank you for being with us. You just really blessed us with your wisdom today. For those of you who are watching, again, all of the links for Lashana is in the chat. You can also get access to it when you watch the replay, and then follow her on Instagram is the best way for them to see you.
Instagram, Twitter, not Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things. My home, yes, is Instagram, but I will be showing up more often on LinkedIn as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back again on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern with another podcast of Wisdom to Wealth. You all have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, guys.